Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Steel City Commuters Podcast. I am Gold Dust, and this is Austin Cairns, and welcome back to the Steel City Commuters Podcast. I gotta take this damn mask off. I'm sorry, Nick Brown. This is too much. We tried to do the whole Halloween thing, but I got way too much dust in my mouth. Welcome back to Steel City Commuters. I am Austin Cairns. That is downtown Nicholas Brown for our very special Halloween episode. I try to be Gold Dust, Nick. It wasn't working. It was not working out.
I'm not downtown Nick Brown. I am Austin Carnes from the Two Jagoffs community.
The Two Jackoffs community.
Yes.
That's what we're going with now.
Two Jagoffs podcast. I don't.
Why not? Why not? But no, we're back here on we're back here on Steel City Commuters. I almost said two Jagoffs. I'm looking at your damn shirt. But no, we're back here on Steel City Commuters. We're on Zoom, unfortunately. But the reason why we're on Zoom is actually because of how crazy of a week this is about to be. If you couldn't tell, this is the week of Day of Giving. This is the week of two Jagoffs live. My live podcast that actually is happening today. It's happening tonight from 4 to 7 at the Fishbowl, Point Park University. Definitely come and check it out. We're going to have a whole panel, whole laundry list of guests lined up. It was already announced last week that President Brisalis will be there. And at the time of this recording, we have not made the announcement yet, but I will be announcing it on my radio show this week. My good friend Robbie Mikowski will also be at Two Jagoffs Live. So don't forget to be there. Downtown Nick Brown, I know you'll be there. I'll be there. It's going to be a great event.
I'm so excited for Two Jagoffs live. I have my suit ready to go. Still putting the finishing touches. You can't see me to my left though, but I actually have a whole tie selection that I'm very eager to pick from to seeing which color I'm going to go with. I'm probably going to go with this bright yellow, bright gold back there to kind of represent Two Jagoffs live, and the color coordinating. So I'm very excited to seeing what this event entails. I definitely am very considering of taking the whole day off on Wednesday, of taking today off because there is just so much that I need to prep for. One, I need to get a haircut. Let's just say
My God. Hey, I got mine. What do you think? What
I
do you
like
think?
yours. I need a haircut as we speak, so I need to figure out a day and time for that, and most likely will be Wednesday. So sorry, Andy Conti, if you're seeing this and I'm missing your class because I need a haircut. And plus, Two Jagoffs Lives is very important to me, is very important to the Point Park community, and definitely going to be going above and beyond these Point Park classes because there's been a lot behind the scenes that have been put together. And Two Jagoffs Live Wednesday night, tonight from 4 to 7, is going to be exclusively to Point Park, exclusively in person only, and exclusively to the people that are showing up. As President Frisella says, you have to show up to these events. And I will be doing that. I will be doing just that, front row, most likely, and behind your parents.
I know it's going to be a great, great event. And as much as I would love to talk more about this, we have a lot of stuff to recap and break down actually today. This, of course, is our Halloween special. So I feel like it's only fair we start off talking about some Halloween. And then we're going to go through and recap some of our Steel City episodes. We really don't have too much sports to talk about today. I will say, though, the Penguins look good, but that's a different subject for a different day. But we've had a lot of guests on in recent weeks. So we're going to spend a lot of time covering that today, from the likes of Ryan Jones to Sherry Payne to Pirate Peyton. We're going to talk about all those amazing guests. But to start things off with Halloween, I try to rock with the Halloween costume, Nick Brown. I'll be honest, I don't exactly have my Halloween costume fully picked out yet. I have a couple ideas circulating, so we'll have to wait and see there. But I want to start off asking you this real quick. We'll keep it short and sweet. What's your favorite part about Halloween? You a Halloween guy? You like this type of season, or you not really feeling it?
You're already scary enough, so you don't even have to get the costume out.
What? What the hell?
You're already scary enough, so please put the costumes away until Halloween. We don't need to be scaring the viewers. Instead of calling you Austin, I'm going to start calling you Scostin for Scary Austin.
That was corny.
I know
That
it was
was
so corny.
corny.
It was corny.
That was very corny.
Nobody needs your opinions. Anyways, it's very disrespectful in the words of Pirate Peyton. You're just being very disrespectful.
Man, that Jagoff really is rubbing off on you. You wearing that two Jagoff shirt, huh?
Maybe I need to be in the Jagoff short more often if you want no filter.
Are you trying to put on an Austin Carnes impression right now? Is that what this is? You're dressed up as Halloween? I got a funny story to share with the audience about that actually in a second, but go ahead.
Okay. So my favorite part of Halloween is actually handing out the candy
Mm.
because within the past weekend, where I live, our communities kind of did Halloween differently, and so my cousins come in from Virginia, and I was able to hand out candy at their house in their neighborhood, and we had a fantastic time. We probably had 300, 400 kids. The Problem is, I'm very well known in the community. I've volunteered at a lot of the schools and I've volunteered at a lot of events. So my cousin Michael isn't from around here. I mean, he was around here, but mainly down in Virginia. And that's where they go to. He goes to high school, going to be in college next year. Well, we were handing out candy, and the amount of people that said my name was like off the walls. And something about this year is we had a lot of Twizzlers. I'm not a big
Mm.
Twizzlers guy, and I was handing out Twizzlers to this one little girl, and she goes, "Thank you," and just stared at me after I gave her the Twizzlers. And Michael just started going at it. Well, looks like you're disappointing the kids with the Twizzlers. I said, that's all we have here in this damn bowl was Twizzlers, Jolly Ranchers, and Hershey's. I started getting to the point after like a half hour to an hour in of Halloween, I just start saying, "Here, enjoy your Hershey's, trick or treat," like with no enthusiasm. Like I'm all
Hmm.
enthusiastic at first, and then after a while, I'm like, "Happy Halloween, enjoy your candy. Happy Halloween, enjoy your candy." And like all my family around me, my cousins, they all look at me like, "Wow, you're really enthusiastic about Halloween." I'm like, "Oh, it's like an hour in. I'm like ready to be done here. What can I say?" What about you? Do you hand out the can? Oh well, no, you're Scarston or you're Scarston, so you probably scare the
Scars.
kids. What the hell?
No, my Halloween tradition actually starts weeks before Halloween. I like up at our camp for closing weekend. We actually have like a big haunted hayride that we run up there. So like I like to scare with like all some of the other campers, like some of the people around my age. We'll go around and hide around different places, like in the cornfield or behind campers or on like dark roads with no street lights, and we'll scare the kids and scare the riders on the hayride. So that's kind of my favorite tradition. I just like the whole scaring part of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. The weather is my favorite. I love this time of year, the fall weather, the nice cool breeze. I don't like it freezing cold, but I also don't like it smoking hot. So this is a nice, perfect, comfortable temperature for me, even though we're gonna hit below freezing later tonight. But my favorite all-time part about Halloween, if you want the God honest truth,
No, I want you to lie to me.
it's the movies. I actually
Movies.
really dig some of the Halloween movies. I love Chucky, Scream, Michael. I mean, there's a lot of good Halloween movies out there. And again, I don't get me wrong, your Christmas movies are good. I'm not a big fan of Hallmark, so I'm not gonna watch any of that. But I do really, I would argue, I think some of the Halloween movies are better than some of the Christmas movies nowadays. I really would.
Halloween movies? Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm serious, dude. There's some good Halloween movies out there. Chucky is and I don't know if you know this or not, because we didn't really become friends until I got to Point Park. I have a really big obsession with Chucky. I love Chucky. I used to have a little blow up that used to sit in my passenger seat of Chucky.
Oh
Dead
boy.
serious.
Are you sure that
Big
you're not
Chucky.
Chucky in itself? Chucky Carnes?
I was Chucky a couple years ago for Halloween. I
Huxton.
dressed up him as at Friendly Paws, and I scared half the damn dogs because I was wearing a big ass Chucky costume.
Chuxton.
Chuckston? No,
Chuxton.
no.
Chuxton Carnes.
Nah, the jokes aren't hitting. Maybe you really are turning to Austin with those bad jokes.
I mean, you do have bad jokes in general, so it works.
Shut up. But no, I like Halloween. I do like this time of year. I'm excited to see a lot of the Halloween themed wrestling stuff that's going on as well because a lot of people don't know this. After two Jagoffs Live, I have 3 straight days of wrestling with 880 and IWC. So just the whole wrestling spiel and being able to dress up and tell wrestling stories at the same time. I have a fun time with that too. I will say this, and please, Nick Brown, be on my same page. This is the one time I'm asking you not to debate me. Please agree with me on this one take. The worst part about Halloween is easily the candy corn. Candy corn is nasty, and if you like it, you are disgusting.
I like it.
You're
Sorry.
disgusting.
I'm
You
on
are
the I'm on the
nasty. You are foul. Absolutely not.
I'm on the opposite side of you. I love candy corn.
You
I think
love candy
I think
corn.
it's delicious.
Nah, that's crazy. You actually like candy corn. Don't
Yeah.
tell me you're just rage baiting. Be like
No, I
seriously.
love candy corn. I've that's one of my
How?
favorite
It's
treats.
nasty.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. What is so good about candy corn? What is appealing about it?
The taste. It's like sweet.
No, it tastes like shit.
No.
Yes.
I am all candy corn. Candy corn palooza over here.
Palooza is insane. Now, we're gonna leave a poll. I'm gonna clip this right now. If you like candy corn, leave a comment down below. I'm curious to see how many people actually like candy corn. If you agree with me and you absolutely can't stomach it, comment that down below too. I'm shocked. You like candy corn? Of course, well, you're a Cowboys fan. Of course, you like candy corn.
No. Oh, you stop with them shenanigans. Please, you're a Cardinals fan. That's
Yeah,
even worse.
exactly. I have logic.
No, no, you don't have logic.
Yes, I do. You think you're going to the damn Super Bowl every year? Oh, we're gonna eat some candy corn, win the Super Bowl.
I have no words.
I broke Nick Brown. I did it. I broke Nick
I'm
Brown.
being distracted. Sorry.
By what?
I have a little
Oh yeah, you want to reveal your big thing that just happened recently?
yeah, so within the past few weeks, we have officially gotten a dog. It's
Can we see her?
only let's see how this will work. Let me see if I can move my computer.
Just pick her up.
I'm picking her up. She's only 8 weeks old. See if you can see her
Oh
in the
my God!
background. See if you can see her in the background. She's only 8 weeks old.
Look at all them damn bingo daubers! My gosh!
Yes. Yes. There you
Oh, let me
go.
see the bingo daubers. First of all, that puppy is adorable. She is so beautiful. But you got a problem, bro. Look at all those bingo daubers. Oh my God! There ain't no way. Look at all the bingo daubers.
Take off my screen protector. Oh, you want to see them too?
I can see them. I think every viewer of Steel City Commuter can see them bingo daubers.
Well, what did I tell you on the phone? We're gonna have a bingo apocalypse here soon. I got to make sure I'm prepared. Did I break you too?
I was expecting to see your cute. By the way, she is adorable. I just gotta say, you have a very adorable puppy. But oh my gosh, I didn't expect to see a couple dozen bingo daubers or something.
There's not that many.
It's not that many. Did you count?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's just the one standing. There's probably another dozen or so in the bag. There was a bingo apocalypse just a few weeks ago, and I had to order them daubers because of the damn tariffs that went up.
I gotta clip that. I gotta clip that. That is perfect. Oh my God, that is perfect. I didn't expect that. I seriously didn't expect that at
I
all.
told you on the phone that I have bingo daubers on when I tripped over some.
I know you did, but I didn't expect there to be that many. I thought there was maybe like three or four.
Well, when I have friends that don't know what's going on at bingo, like you, I have to provide the daubers.
I'm sorry, that just broke me. You have more bingo daubers than my entire camp probably has.
I have more bingo daubers and hats than you probably have. Because wait, you forgot about my bag over there. There's probably like a dozen and a half over in my bag.
I believe it. All right, we're getting way sidetracked here. Let's talk about some Steel City episodes. We've had a lot of great guests on. I know the last time we did an episode like this, we talked about Keith Palo. It was our last crossover we did. We have another one coming up in November, actually, so I'm excited for that. But we've had three exclusive Steel City guests. Only been on Steel City Commuters, nothing to do with two Jagoffs. And it was actually our last three guests in a row. So I figured let's talk about some of those episodes real quick. Just give a little brief opinion on it since we really don't do that as much with our guests. Pirate Peyton was our first one on episode 41. Peyton Celesti of the We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports Podcast. He also is in our DJ Fabili's broadcast announcing class. What was your thoughts on Pirate Peyton, or as we called him in that episode, Peanut Peyton?
That episode was all over the place.
That was
There were
chaotic.
peanuts being offered. I was, quote, being disrespectful when talking about the NFL and my Cowboys and your Cardinals. I actually had the chance to go on We Are Family, and we kind of piggybacked off that interview and how everybody was intertwining that week. Payne was a great guest. He provided a lot of great insight and had a lot of takes, whether they were good or bad, if they came to tuition or not. His NFL picks were decent. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. That episode was probably the funniest if you really want to talk about entertainment values
Yeah.
because we were all over this place. Literally, that was probably the first ever interview that I have been part of that I've ever seen that we just bring peanuts out in the middle of it and say, "I'm hungry, let me eat, damn it."
I will say they were some good peanuts.
Well,
You
I
didn't
didn't
get the
get
credit.
any, so I
I
don't
know he
know.
didn't share with you for some reason, but
Maybe because
but
I'm a Cowboys fan.
that probably is why. But no, I'll tell you what, them A, the peanuts were really good. And B, Peyton's awesome. He's a funny guy. He's a we love the We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports
Yes.
Podcast. They actually gave you the privilege of being on that same week as well. I was on there a little bit last semester, so we have a good relationship with We Are Family. Jake Bell came on two Jagoffs that same week as well. I know Nate Shivens, he's trying to get on either two Jagoffs or Steel City as well in the next couple months. We're trying to line up some schedules there. So We Are Family, two Jagoffs, Steel City. We're all tight. We are all very, very tight. So thank you, Peyton, for coming on. After that episode, we did our big episode 42, which ended up being a heated Kansas City Chiefs debate and NFL recap. I didn't expect it to get as heated as it was. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I know we have Zoom time constraints. But real quick, did you expect that episode to get as heated as it did? Because it sparked a lot of topic of conversation at Point Park, even at sideline without either one of us present, which I think is pretty cool.
That is the thing. A lot of people do watch Steel City, and we have a lot of hot takes that get eventually spread around and now are topics of interest, topics of debate. I just threw out the idea because that was my feelings, and I guess people are gearing towards them feelings, and evidence has just been shown and coming out. Once you spark the debate, it's there. You really can't do anything about it. I enjoyed that debate. Would definitely debate anybody that thinks that KC is going to the Super Bowl fairly and that they're actually good people and they're actually playing good game right now, good football. That's very debatable right now, depending on the weeks and stuff how you see. But if we want to have more debates, I'm down for it. I think I won that debate fair and square.
Whoa, 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 no, 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 I don't
Whoa,
mean.
whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. John isn't here. Please put the Halloween John away.
I'm
Please.
not be. That's the last thing I would be for Halloween. Screw some guy named
Please. We
John.
don't
But
want
no,
him. We don't need you leading by example either.
I will not lead by example. It's too bad Kevin already turned on us. But no, I do agree. I agree with everything that you said except for that last part. The Chiefs. No, we're not gonna get into that now. We don't have time. But that was a really good debate. I really enjoyed that episode. That just shows that you can have a conversation with somebody and have a debate with somebody without absolutely hating their guts and making it personal.
I
Yeah, God.
I
Sorry.
better be getting credits for that little debate if it's ever brought up by inspired by Downtown Nick Brown. Because if it wasn't
Well,
for
what about
me,
Steel
that
City
debate
Computers?
or Still City Commuters, if you want to go that far, we
Because I
can.
mean, I could have easily just downplayed it and just ignored your take, but I played into it, which started the debate, and then we kind of got the ball rolling
You
together.
always take my bait because I'm just that damn good at this.
All right, sure, pal. But no, the week after we had a really good episode, episode 43, with the one and only provost of Point Park, Sherry Payne. I enjoyed this episode a lot. Sherry, this was her first ever podcast that she's ever done. She did like a voiceover or something for something like that before, but never actually had a long form conversation that was recorded in a podcast format. So obviously, I know you met up with her and had coffee beforehand to kind of ease the tension a little bit, have a bit of an icebreaker. And then we shot the episode. And dude, I gotta be honest with you, I think Sherry was one of our best Steel City episodes ever. Not even just guest. If we're talking like almost 50 episodes that we've done, Sherry was honestly personally one of my favorites. And I'm not even just saying that because I know Sherry listens. I'm being genuine. Sherry, if you're listening to this, oh my goodness, I'm getting used to have a microphone on my. Sorry, I forgot to have a microphone here now. I'm trying out new equipment. But no, Sherry, if you're listening to this, in all seriousness, I really had a lot of fun with your episode. I think you were an amazing guest. You're welcome back to any time. I even said to you afterwards, I kind of regret not having this as a two Jagoffs crossover. She gave us a lot to work with. And I got to be honest with you, Provost Payne, you have an amazing story. And I'm very happy and I'm very honored that Nick and I were allowed to be able to share your story.
Sherry is one of the guests that when you have a small town connection and you have relatives and high level people around you in that area, that not only sparks the I don't want to say debate, but it sparks the connections and it sparks the talk of the town of where a provost is showing, checking in on certain relatives and certain individuals. Sherry has a lifelong story regarding like her hometown New Ken and where she's ended up because she has a lot of experience. She has what 30, 40 some years of experience or
Mm-hmm.
it's been a lot of experience, starting at Robert Morris, traveling south and back at Point Park. The amount of responsibilities that Sherry Provost Payne, Sherry she has overcome, that she has done, just shows her lengthy resume, and she's really qualified for this position because at one point she was interim provost, and then it has been officially official that she has been provost. Typically, when someone is interim at a position, they most likely are going to get it because one, they were qualified to fill in, which is stupid enough that you don't just keep that person in. But again, you have to go through the whole process. She had to be interviewed. I'm, I'm not shocked that she is the provost. Sherry has one amazing career. I run into Sherry a lot, believe it or not, between her, Dean Palo, President Brusalis. These people know me, and once you run into them once, and once they're on a podcast, you certainly will run into them again. And so it was amazing to hear Sherry's story, her talk of sports, her love for sports, her love for Point Park, and it was great to have her on just because it was her first ever podcast. So that's kind of like breaking news for us. And then of course that has been passed along at Point Park, so we are well known within the Point Park community, given the amount of guests that we've had on, but the specific highlighting of specific guests of first ever podcast, first ever appearance, just the first for a lot of things.
And that's what separates us from the rest. And I don't mean to sound like I'm like patting us on the back or anything, but You got to be able to network to the point where you're willing to step outside your comfort zone and invite people on that you may not think seems appealing, but in reality is actually going to draw you eyes and draw you numbers. Sherry Payne, when you first pitched the idea to me, I kind of was like, okay, yes, I love Sherry. She's amazing. But would we rather have her or have somebody else on? I was debating the idea. You got to take those initial risks. And I'm glad that we took that risk and allowing her to come on because, again, it is her first ever podcast. She's the provost of the school. She's a sports fan, but doesn't really have a sports background like President Brsalis and Keith Pala and Bernie Ankney kind of has. They have a little bit more of that within their field, respectfully. So, us taking the gamble on Sherry Payne and diversifying our podcast a little bit gave us the opportunity to bring in new eyes, to bring in new listeners, and to help grow our brands and allow Sherry to share her story on a comfortable platform. And I feel like we got to give ourselves both a little mini pat on the back for doing that. And I got to give credit to even like We Are Family. I just saw they recently had Harry Callis on. Even though Harry Callis is more of a behind the scenes kind of guy and doesn't really do too much on camera, I got to work with him at the NWLA Sheets tournament. Being able to have someone like that on who may not be as notable as someone who actually is on the fan still was really cool and a really good opportunity for them. And I guarantee you it brought them a lot of eyes and brought them a lot of views. So I congratulate them on taking a risk and bringing on someone of that magnitude. I did that a while back with Jason Earl. I didn't know too much about him outside of Pitt. Look at how well that did for us. I did it with Roger Lenhart. Look at how well that did. It was a seven-time Emmy Award winner. Came on two Jagoffs. So I love Sherry Payne. I'm glad she came on. But there is one more guest that we just recently had on. It was actually our last week's episode on our Big 44. Ryan Jones, the first member of Have a Shift Day to join us. Nick Shermito is another fourth of Have a Shift. He was recently on our weekly predictions with Lucas and I, and that episode was really fun. So definitely go check that out. But Ryan Jones joined myself and you, Nick, and talked about his life, his time at Point Park. Obviously, we spent a lot of time talking professional wrestling. I'm sorry, I know you had to sit through that. But what did you think about my man Ryan Jones coming on?
Ryan is amazing at calling some games as a sophomore. Normally, you don't typically call games until you're a junior, maybe even senior at a lot of the bigger schools. But given how small Point Park is and the Point Park community, Ryan currently is on call for a lot of, soccer, volleyball, all the sports that are happening right now, and providing that color, providing that commentary, and what Ryan wants to do in the future is amazing. Ryan is also a big Pens fan. I don't know any other Pens fan bigger than Ryan. Ryan loves the Pens. He loves attending a lot of games, and he can
Mm-hmm.
talk about the Pens all day long.
Yep, no, he's like me with wrestling. Like wrestling, I can talk about all day. Penguins, he can talk about all day. And he could talk about wrestling all day too if he really wanted to. I don't want to reveal too much, but I know that me, Ryan, and a couple other podcasts have an idea of doing a big wrestling only podcast, just for like a one-time thing to see how that turns out. That'll be a lot of fun. But no, I was actually wearing a brand new Oregon t-shirt I got that day when I was over in Grove City on my way back home from hanging out with some family. And I gotta tell you, Ryan, dude, was amazing. I enjoyed that episode. I can't wait to get the rest of Have a Shift Day on. We have Megan from Have a Shift Day coming on Steel City sometime next month. I forget what day it is, but we have her already in the schedule. She'll be coming on. Jake Levisky will be coming on one of the podcasts soon. We just had Nick Shermito on two Jagoffs. So again, the crossovers. It's all about the crossovers. It's all about showing up. And I gotta applaud our peers. They're showing up just as much as we are. So I'm happy to see the success of Point Park. Obviously, I'm happy to see our success as well. And I'm excited to see who comes on in the next couple of weeks because Nick Brown, we got some things cooking, my friend, after Two Jagoffs Live. Don't think Two Jagoffs Live is our big break. Afterwards, we got some more plans for the rest of the year. We're not stopping after this. There ain't no break. There ain't no break in the grind. Are you kidding me? It's autumn of opportunities, damn it. We're going to keep going.
Yes, but also at the same time, can we just talk about how busy this semester is coming? We are going to be
Oh
coming
my
on week
gosh.
10. I think it's the perfect
That's
time.
crazy when you say that.
It is crazy. I'm at the point where I'm ready to just be done.
You burning out?
I'm feeling burned out. And that's how bad it is. I told you that I'm feeling burned out. I mean, every assignment from every class is now coming at one time. I had a feeling this was going to happen. I've not
Mm-hmm.
missed any days yet, but this is the time where students like myself start to get behind, burn out, and nobody really cares. And I think that's an issue
Yeah.
because we knew this was coming. We knew all the assignments were piling up. And I mean, I you can call it a coincidence, but at some point this happens every semester. And and I feel though. that you really can't cope with it. You really can't do anything about it. And I don't know how to go about it.
Do you want some advice from a senior to a sophomore?
Yes.
So, without getting too sentimental here, I was in your position at one point because obviously I was there 2 years ago. And as someone who was in a weirder position because I was in the midst of transferring from one college to university when you were in that exact grade. So my stress was double because I had to worry about making sure all my credits went through. I had to make sure I had enough for my associate's degree and making sure I had enough for my bachelor's degree in general. It was a whole train wreck. But dude, I can totally relate to you on that because around like the halfway point to the end point of the semester, they always say it's the worst time in college. I forget. They gave it a nickname. I forget what the nickname is, but it's always that
Sophomore
burnout
slump.
period. Bingo. That's it. It's the sophomore slump. It's You're hitting that sophomore slump right now where you're just like, man, I'm only halfway there. I'm only halfway throughout college. I'm only halfway throughout the semester itself. How the hell am I going to get there? So my advice to you, sir, and anybody out there that's listening that's feeling that way, is to do what makes you happy in your free time. And if that's sleep, sleep. If that's play on your phone, play on your phone. If that's play a video game, play a video, take a walk, work out. Do whatever that makes you happy, but do that as much as you can in your free time. But in the same breath, make sure you're studying, make sure you're keeping up with academics. See, I'm actually not feeling burned out at all. Not just because I'm so busy with everything else, but I purposely did all the hard stuff when I was a freshman and sophomore, kind of like you're doing right now, so that when I got to my senior year, it'd be a little more easier. Like my workload's a lot less because I have an online class, an internship, and three in-person classes that, in all honesty, are blow-offs. You know what I mean? Like you kind of just do the work when you're there, and you get let out early with most of them. So my workload isn't as stressful as you, so I can't relate to that on this semester. But from being in your position 2 years ago, dude, I'll tell you what, burning out sucks. It absolutely sucks. And unfortunately, I was in a relationship at the time. Unfortunately, I had other friendships going on at the time. Unfortunately, I had other commitments going on at the time to where my free time was occupied. And I didn't have that downplaying time. I didn't have that time to kind of like regress and, recharge for the next day. I didn't have that recharging period. So I was stressed out about other stuff. So since you're lucky that you're single and that you live at home and you have a beautiful puppy and all them damn bingo dollars on the ground, just relax, bro. Just relax. I think you'll be good, though. I think you'll be good.
But I feel there's a lot of professors that think that once you have their class, it's the only class you have to worry about.
Oh, for
And they
sure.
and they don't
Yeah.
understand that you have other assignments that need to get done and stuff that, takes hours long. I don't have the time to be watching an hour and a half video, answering questions, and writing another hour and a half paper with it. At this point
Right.
in the semester, there's just no time for that. There's no time for that. There's no time for another work. You have to be dedicated to one thing, and that's where the trouble falls, and that's where the trouble lies ahead.
And this is why I believe college needs to do a better job at explaining what classes you're signing up for. Like, if I'm signing up for a class, let's just say I'm signing up for an English class. I need to know, is this going to be a lecture only or is this going to be hands on? Because if I'm signing up for a class, I should already know what the workload is going to be going into it. I shouldn't have to guess and choose and find out day one of the class after I listen to their whole spew on their syllabus and their upbringing and where they came from. No, you need to tell me, hey, you're paying for this. I'm the one paying for these classes. Tell me what I'm getting out of this class before the first day so that I know if I can handle it and take it with all the other occupations that I have going on in my life. So I get it, dude, because there's so many professors out there that are selfish in the sense that they say, "Hey, yeah, I understand that you have these other three classes, but I'm gonna make you watch this hour and a half long video and write a 5-page thesis statement on it." Like what? No, absolutely not. But there's some classes that's more hands-on and more flexible learning in the sense like, okay, just kind of show up, work at your own pace, build your portfolio, and have it done by the end of the school year. I like those professors a little bit more.
Not only that, too, it's just to the point where every assignment is overlapping and every one of them is like hours long, and
Yeah,
especially outside of work or outside of class, and just like the commuting part of it, the editing part of it, the filming part of it, the watching part of it. There's not enough time in the day, especially if you have if you have three classes back to back Monday, Wednesday. By the time you get home, that's already 4 or 5 o'clock by the time you eat. So like bedtime at this point of the semester is 11, midnight, 1, 2, and it just starts creeping on. And that not only makes you get burned out quicker, but
tired.
faster, but it also puts you in a depressing mood.
No, it really does, dude. And I'll tell you what, to anybody that's feeling out there like that, just my advice is as comical as it kind of sounds, you kind of just got to get through it.
And you
You got to
can't
put
tell me you have to ask for help, you have to ask for advice, you have to
no,
work
yeah.
because that makes no sense because you're
Mm-mm.
not going to improve it. You're not going to relax any of it. It's just, it's not. And the weekends are supposed to be for us to recharge. Well, at this point, you can't recharge on the weekends because you're too busy doing a stupid ass assignment.
Yeah, no, and a lot of professors don't understand that. And the thing is too, God bless the professors that do understand that because a lot of the professors have the same mindset that we do, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, if I'm giving you double the work at home on the weekends, that's just double the grading for me on the weekend. So a lot of the professors understand like, hey, the more work I'm giving you is the more work I have to do later on. So I know for a fact that they don't want to do that. But yeah, no, burning out around this time of year is common, unfortunately. It's very, very common. I do want to talk about something else though before we end things off today. And this is just a little bit of a quick hot take that I have. It is sports related. I don't know how much you're keeping up with basketball right now, but I've been keeping up with the NBA these first couple games. I'm going to give you my early MVP.
Go ahead.
You know, Victor Wembanyama.
Are you
Oh,
surprised? He's 7'5".
7-4. Oh my goodness. This man is incredible. I don't care what you say. He plays like a point guard. He is as tall as a center, and he has the mobility of a shooting guard or a power forward. This man is incredible. I don't know if you saw that jump step hezzy pull up that he had against, what was it, Sacramento. Oh my God, it was incredible. It was tween, tween, step back. Ugh. 3 points. It was nasty. It was dirty. I love Victor Wembanyama. I ain't gonna lie though, Dallas Mavericks could be legit in the West this year. Watch out for the Mavericks. Love what I saw out of the rookie VJ. He's only 19, bro. I'm 21 years old. You're what? You're 19, right?
Yes, I'm 19.
You're the same age as this kid that's balling right now with the 76ers. There's a kid right now named VJ, and oh my goodness, it's incredible. But no, NBA is going great right now. I just had to throw that hot take out there because I didn't know if I was gonna have time the rest of the week.
I want to give a shout out to Cooper Flag.
Oh, Flag is incredible.
Flag is incredible. Only at
Did
18
you
years
see that
old.
dunk? Did you see
Yes,
that?
yes.
Oh yeah, against Toronto.
Against Toronto. He's definitely one to watch as he starts to get older. I though would have thought he would have taken another year in college and then would have went to the NBA.
Well, we saw what happened to Duke last year, so that's probably why.
And then there's another player to be watching. He's currently playing for the Florida Gators. I think he's that Canada kid, Oliver Ryu. He's like 7'8".
Oh damn.
He is one to watch as you head within the next few years into the NBA because is he going to be able to take on Cooper Flag and Victor and all these other guys? But I think it's Oliver Ryu. He's 7'8". He's from Canada and he's in the US. He's definitely a player to watch, not just, from college level and being at the Florida Gators, but how this all transpires heading into the NBA because you could definitely make the point that NBA is really starting to become height related and anybody over 7'1", 7'2", 7'3", and beyond is really starting to get them reps and them dunks and really starting to be player focused.
No, couldn't agree more with you on that. But I do actually have two more things I just totally forgot about. Number one, I had an experience from Sunday I want to quickly cover, and then I actually want to shout you out on something because you totally forgot to shout out your big thing that happened to you.
Okay.
So on Sunday, I got to work in the control room with two former two Jagoffs guests, Bryn Rees and Jason Earl, doing women's volleyball stats. I was doing live stats for ACC Network in the control room in a pit volleyball sweep against Wake Forest. So shout out to Jason for the opportunity. Shout out to Reagan. Shout out to the entire crew. You guys are amazing. But enough about me. Nick Brown, you want to reveal your little article that you published in the Trib? Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Yes, so I had to recently write an article about Harvest Moon Coffee and Chocolates. There's two locations located at Trenton and Trenton Heights. I wrote it for Professor Conti and the Point Park News Service. You can check it out definitely on the Point Park News Service, but Andy used to work at the Trib. He pitched it to the Trib, and they officially picked up my story and published it on Saturday. I can confirm, Austin, it actually made the paper, and it has taken over a half a page or more. I actually have it at home. I don't have the paper with me, but it literally is in the paper and it has like my name, a byline, and it takes a lot of space up.
Let's go, Nick Brown, downtown Nick Brown, baby.
Maybe we will write about an article about two jagoffs. We'll see.
Well, I mean, there is a very special event that's happening tonight, 4 to 7 at the Fishbowl, Point Park University, Wednesday, October 29th, two Jagoffs live day of giving. Did I do it right?
Well, you went a lot fast. You have to do it my way. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a very special event happening Wednesday, October 29th, tonight at the Fishbowl here at Point Park University. Two Jagoffs Live, hosted by the one and only Austin Cairns. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be shenanigans. There's going to be it all. You name it, it will probably be there. I'll be there. A lot of Point Park students, comm students will be there. It's going to be an amazing event. We hope to see you there.
Robbie and Smikowski, President Versailles, and some more special guests will be there. It's going to be exciting.
Very exciting. I'm very excited for this event. Definitely gotta embrace myself. This is gonna be a networking event. Well, I already have 1,500 LinkedIn connections. Who else can
Oh,
I?
we know.
Who else
We
can
all
I?
know.
Who else can I network
We're the
with?
LinkedIn Bros apparently at Point Park now. It's what we're called. Screw the Super Mario Bros. We're the LinkedIn Bros.
Is that a new official title that you could put in your
I guess
description?
so. That could be Steel City Commuters After Dark. That could be our new podcast name is the LinkedIn Bros.
Anything works.
Anything works, I guess. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was a fun Zoom episode of the Steel City Commuters podcast. Nicholas Brown, it's always a pleasure to be able to hop on Zoom with you and discuss all of our recent episodes. I'll want to shout out a couple other things. We'll have a few minutes left here on Zoom. Number one, this Sunday on Two Jagoffs, we are not having an interview, but we're actually having a returning guest, a fan favorite of Two Jagoffs, one of the most highly requested returns of all time, Caden Warner. The second interview I ever conducted, the first real long form interview that I've ever done, is returning to have a nice conversation with me at the Media Hub. We will be on camera this time, so you can finally see Caden Warner if you haven't already followed him on IG. Definitely go check that out. It's a fun episode. You're not going to want to miss it. This past Sunday, we had my broadcast colleague from 880 Wrestling, Toddy Tondera, everybody's favorite, on Two Jagoffs. Toddy is great. I can't wait for you to listen to it, Nick. I know you're gonna. I think you're a little behind on it, but it's a really fun episode. It's a good follow up after our man Joe Dombrowski, who you had the pleasure of meeting. And then again, NFL weekly predictions also come out tomorrow. Which Nick Brown, you're returning for your second predictions of the year. It's gonna be hopefully me and you. I don't know if LK is gonna be there or not just yet. We're still trying to work out schedules, but you know I know you'll be there for a fact.
And it will be the day after Two Jagoffs Live. I don't even know what the hell to say now at the anymore because I've been promoting this event now for the past 2 months.
You can promote all your Trib articles you publish.
If we ever get that far.
But no, it's always a pleasure, Nick Brown. I'm going to give you the final words. You got any final words you want to leave with our audience?
Two Jagoffs Live. You have to come see Scary Car Hinge because that's where we are. I'm sorry,
Scary.
Scary Coat Rack. My
I'm not a coat.
apologies.
I was waiting for. I am not a coat
My
rack.
apologies. You have to come see the Coat Rack live on stage because that's where he's going to be and you can hang your coat.
Yeah, that's the reason they're coming to Two Jagoffs Live is to put a coat on me.
Unless you get thrown with a table and you eat pickles. I don't know which one you prefer.
We'll just have to wait and see.
There will be pickles at this event. Don't you worry.
And those people that bring the pickles will be booted. I'll my bodyguard do it.
And
Bodyguard by example. I
yeah,
guess,
okay. That's another one that's turning.
shout out to Kevin, by the way, for helping me with that bonus video, that leading by example. That was funny as hell.
Well, that's all we have for you. That's all we have for today. That's it. We hope you guys will tune in. Please like, subscribe, Facebook, Spotify, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.